Hey, this is Steven.
Hi, welcome everyone. This is Angel Lopez from Infinity Skies Corp. And I,
Uh, we're a couple of mechanical engineers looking to offer support to anyone who's looking to kick off their products of their dreams. We're looking to make engineering fun to inspire future generations and connect it to the sales and marketing and positioning.
you know, all of this, it originally started from Jay Smith's, future proofing you millionaire challenge, which one of the things was to, have an accountability partner and be able to discuss basically innovative ideas that are going to change the world or that could potentially change it. And what resulted in was this podcast that you are seeing here, where basically every week we're going to get together and each we're going to come up with three ideas, go over them and kind of break them down and see how they could be manufactured, what would be the approach to market them, and basically just creating the connection or closing the gap between the sales and the engineering and the business side of it. So basically, myself, I started off as an engineer and transitioned more into the sales side, and now I'm more heavily focused on business development and product development. Um, so a little bit about Steve too.
Yeah, so I worked as a machinist, started my professional career working as a machinist. I worked there for several years before jumping back into school. Went back for mechanical engineering and been working as a mechanical engineer doing like product design. And so we, like Angel said, we went and this started with Jay Samet's Future Proofing You Millionaire Challenge. A part of the challenge was to start out with 3 ideas a day for 30 days to come up with 90 ideas total. So, and this is just that was just to start with, but you can continue that process for longer than 30 days, and it doesn't necessarily need to be every day, but in 3 ideas every day. But to continuously write ideas down, and through writing these ideas down, many of them will just get thrown away. But by prioritizing them, coming up with something, eventually something really good is going to come out the top. And that idea could be disruptive, or maybe it's not necessarily a fully disruptive idea, but it's just a great idea that you're passionate about. You want to see it go out to market, and we're here to help.
Mhm. So our hope is three things. One of them is that if you do have an idea or something you want to work on, go ahead and give us a call and we'll bring you on live and maybe we can discuss some of the potential issues and things like that. Another thing we want to do is really just provide that service for anybody that needs it, whether you're a small business or whether you're a um, or an entrepreneur. We want to be able to at least support in that as well. And at the same time, we're going to come up with our own ideas and be throwing them out there. So, if somebody likes them and wants to work with us to bring it to life, we're more than open to doing that as well. So it's really, this is more of an outreach for the community and to make um, to close that gap between engineering and bringing your product to market, to saving the world in a sense, being able to create something that truly changes the world. If it's not ourselves, at least we can support somebody um, to be able to do that. And I guess, do you want to kick off the first concept of the week, Stephen?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so product design can seem like such a daunting task. There's so many steps to it, and with our experience in the field, we want to really help you guys bring your ideas, and we'll work with our ideas, and we'll share everything along the path. So we'll start with one of my ideas that I've been thinking about for some time. I'm an avid fisherman, and one of the problems I run into frequently is spooling and unspooling fishing line from a reel. So you get old line on your spool, you want to unspool it and get new line on there. So many of the current options, they require drills or something like some like equipment, and there are not very many options available. So I want to get something that can fit in a tackle box or fit in your boat quick easily or in your pocket, You can just pull it out, unspool your line, and if you don't have any kind of a tool, it is just a tedious process. It takes a long time. It makes a big mess. You have a big bundle of line, and often people just throw that overboard or something rather than disposing of it properly in the garbage can or something, right? So I want to make sure, so it makes things faster, makes things much more convenient, and you get your line back in the water as quickly as possible. So this would be something like a dual purpose unspooling and respooling, and try to get your line back in the water as quickly as possible, and to do it without any tools, without any drills, and fit right in your tackle box.
Mhm. So this, I guess, did you have any feedback or anything on? Oh, I guess we were going to mention. So a lot of these ideas, we're actually going to go through and do some like napkin sketches or some quick sketches, and upload them where everybody could go see and get just a better idea of the concept that we're trying to, put across. But obviously, this will save tons of money and time, not having to buy more spools, because this is your more expertise.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess one of the ones I came up with was almost like a car wash tent, but more of, so there is a portable tent that I saw that you can set up, and it's almost like a gazebo type of thing, and you drive your car in there. But I was thinking, like, what if there was a way where you almost throw like almost like a mini pool, think about it, that, or a tarp over your car with tons of little nozzles and put placed throughout and like a water system. So then you just connect your water hose, turn on the water, let all of those soak up your car. Then you turn on like a soap dispensing unit. And I've seen some where they hook it up to the water hose already. And then you turn that, do the second wash, and then you go and you turn on the water hose again, and it just rinses off all of the soap without you ever having to even like scrub your car or anything. Like, I would hope the pressure itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always have like a compressor for air or something if you wanted to dry it too, or that would require some testing and see if the pressure will actually clean up everything.
Yeah, so basically a car wash for your driveway.
Yeah,
you set up in your own driveway, and then to capture everything so that you're not dumping it down the drain. So you could have like a filtration system or something so that anybody can use it in anywhere. So I know that in I believe Germany, they have rules where they actually, or maybe it's, oh man, I'm trying to remember where it was. Now I say Germany, but maybe it's somewhere else. They have rules as far as car cleanliness, but also they can't wash them on the street. They have to go through a car wash. Where maybe this could be something that could help them out.
Yeah. Another state, yeah. Because even like some of my neighborhood, they're kind of strict on certain things. So washing it might not be an issue, but I know there's like drought areas where they don't even want you washing your car or watering your lawn.
Yeah.
Like your puddle or something, they'll like ticket you. So yeah, that would be pretty solid to explore it, maybe in the European market especially.
Yeah. Yeah, so another idea was making tools for construction companies. So construction companies often, they have they're using tools, whatever is created for them. Many of the engineers who are making these tools, they don't necessarily work in construction. They don't work directly with these people. They're just assuming they think they know what is needed. And well, like a tape measure, for example, is it's something that was created by, probably started out with some guy, construction worker or something, but then so having the correct tool for the job and working directly with these construction companies and the people in the field and creating a tool that really makes their job easier. Like something often you see, like there's like the joke where you have a tape measure as a hammer, or anything can be a hammer as long as you can swing it and just smack a nail. But really, when you get the hammer in your hand and you hit that nail, that one does the job much better than anything else because it's purpose built. It's exactly what it's for. So think about how about cutting a PVC pipe that's at an angle in a weird spot where you can't get to it because it's between the studs and kind of down under the floor or something, maybe.
Yeah, some kind of
so
and so for tiny spaces or something.
Yeah, so just work with these construction guys to and just ask them what's the most difficult part of your job,
Mhm.
and not that they should have a solution, they should just have the problem, and then we work with them and come up with the solution.
You know, along with that, I think agriculture is also kind of in that same basket, because them too, I feel like the technology is not someone sitting there constantly doing process improvement. They use more of what's already existed, just like in construction. Um, so I mean, that would be a great idea. Even just going to a local, what is it, like a workers union, and just passing out a
Mhm.
survey and seeing, hey, what's your biggest problem? And, is there a tool that you feel like you need, like, well, exactly what you said, but maybe even actually just email a workers unit and be like, hey, we're a group of engineers. We want to support the construction industry. Maybe if you can pass this out between your employees, we can help develop something and bring you guys prototypes as like a pro bono. And I mean, that'll sell itself.
Yeah, you just let them go out and play with it out in the field and
Yeah, yeah. I
see what happens.
I mean, that's something we can email out like this week.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, and then maybe including the agriculture, just because that technology is kind of neglected. Um, okay. So then the one I was thinking, another one that I came across, so you like fishing. My thing, I like riding, like Harleys on the weekends kind of thing, going down the mountains. And there's always that problem of collision, always, whether you notice it or sometimes you can't gauge something right. So I saw like Bosch, for example, and there's a couple other companies releasing collision type of programmed or equipment to install on your bike. But then I was thinking, why can't there be a very easy, like just like a stick-on sensor in each little corner that's able to like detect the car proximity? And then if there was a way, which, from following Jay, he's mentioning how like the VR is the future of everything. It's like if you had a little cam built into your face shield, um, that would basically be able to detect, all of the cars, at least like in chunks. And then at the same time, you can have like a Bluetooth speakers in the mic I mean, in the helmet with the mic. I was gonna get one of those so you can do calls and listen to music.
Yeah.
Then you can have the proximity sensors basically linking to auditory sounds if you are almost like a car but on a bike, and you have like the full range of visibility too. And I saw a similar thing today where it was like this kid that couldn't find a job, and basically he just went and invented this little robot hand that whatever movement happened on the screen, the hand was able to trace it. So it's like the technology's there, obviously it'll recognize the objects. So I think something like that would be useful, especially when you're so like laser focused on writing that you sometimes don't pay attention to the sides, or even if cars just come out of nowhere. So that I think that would, if you can simplify it as much as possible, where it's not like heavy equipment being installed on your bike, because the Bosch one looks like you have to go into the computer and do a lot of
No, okay.
sensor
Yeah.
that, but just little stick-on sensors with like wireless to an app or something.
Yeah, especially from behind, collisions from behind.
Mhm.
If somebody coming up at a stoplight, they don't see you,
Yeah, yeah.
or from a rear kind of corner or something
Mhm.
where you're not looking, and your helmet reduces your visibility by quite a bit. So,
Yeah,
or even they could be next to you, merging into your lane, and you don't see them. So those would be like, yeah, I mean, proximity sensors. Cars have them. They have them on their mirrors, so you can see it.
yeah,
They turn on their blinker and it says, "Hey, don't turn yet because there's a car there." And it's essentially the same thing. Just build it into a helmet.
yeah, yeah. I mean, imagine you could even do like a head tilt or like something that would turn on the signal, since you're already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then something maybe that's like a has a signal inside your helmet, so you know when your signals are on, because people it's mostly new riders. I mean, probably only new riders, but that where you see their signal going for miles down the road, they forget to turn it off because it doesn't have the auto turn off like a car. Oh, it bugs me.
I was gonna say my problem is the opposite. It's like I forgot what signals were unless there's a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I've caught myself forgetting those two, so that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, there's something else that could be of interest that I've kind of thought about as I'm paddling around, especially fishing when I'm trying to use both hands and trying to paddle, is an electric motor for a kayak.
Mhm.
And they do have outboard motors, little motors. There are a couple of options available, but something that could be easily integrated and just built into essentially any kayak or any canoe, quickly and easily just snap it in and go.
Mhm.
And the kind of a big challenge is the weight of the battery and having enough battery power to last you a reasonable amount of time to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few of them and they look like you have to modify your kayak to make it work. And so if it could be something that could just like strap on somehow without requiring any modification.
Because a kayak, it's typically like like a kind of plastic, or are they more wooden?
Kayaks are mostly plastic. Almost every one of them is just molded plastic. Canoes can be fiberglass or plastic.
I see. So mostly a plastic. So you almost want, I'm assuming it does, or like if it doesn't have pre-drilled holes, you almost want something to be like sticky or grippy or like a strap, right? Because
Right. Yeah.
you don't want to, unless there's like, to me, unless there's like a pre-drilled hole for like a latch or something, you're gonna, cause more problems. And then again, you want the modularity, so you don't want people modifying their canoes. So maybe like a strap system.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. See, and that's a big problem is like people don't like to modify. If I don't have to drill a hole in my new kayak, I'm not going to, right? And I really don't want to. So, and especially something that could be underwater, like a hole that's underwater.
exactly. Another thing would be the fuel options. I know you mentioned electric, and this is a huge thing. I've seen like bikes, scooters now, like every portable mobility thing is like electrified. But what some of these drone companies are doing, because the electricity is not energy dense, or at least the batteries as a fossil fuel, they're doing like a hybrid system, or even implementing like a fuel to power a generator to power the device. Or I've also seen like basically they're figuring out ways to hybridize the fuels.
Okay.
One thing I was thinking though, your electric is going to give you that nice quiet, where if it's anything fossil fuel, it might have like a exhaust and burn type of thing.
Yeah.
There's always hydrogen, but then it's also an exhaust. So yeah, I mean, maybe electric, or having like solar panels or something that, or you can even like line, like let's say the bottom of the whole canoe with like some shock pads that will generate the electricity from the impact of the water or the flow of it. Have like some little fans on the side that are part of the system.
Yeah. Could provide a little bit of power, but not most like renewable energy sources are pretty low powered, right? So you'd have to be out there for hours, many hours to get any significant amount of power out of it. But even solar, like say you've got to lay out a solar array on top of it, but it would be so small that you could charge a phone with it, but much more than that.
Yeah, because I was thinking of like the electric cars using the battery, I mean the brakes and things like that. But I mean, all the friction you have is the boat, unless you put like some little propellers in the bottom, that's almost like a wind power or turbines, like reverse powering that motor. but yeah, I mean, I think that would be great, especially if it's modular. I mean, I don't even ride canoes, but I would definitely put that on there uh, for fun. Okay, I guess the last one I have, I called it the travel burrito. And I've actually had this idea for like years, and I've never done anything about it, but I'm always eating on the go. So I always find like wraps or burritos are so convenient because I just one hand while I'm driving. If you're in a rush, you kind of need to. So I was thinking if there was like maybe like a dispenser, almost like a push pop with like a button or something, where you just kind of like pushing your food out and like eating it. And there's like, something that stops from spilling and everything like that. What I'm thinking about it, it's gonna be like kind of a nasty consistency because it's almost gonna just be like putting mush into your mouth because it's all mixed up. But then so is a burrito.
Yeah.
Um, so I almost like if it was like a tube of toothpaste and you just dump the food in one
Yeah.
side and then you just dump it with like a narrow spout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You may have trouble selling that one because of maybe a little. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's more of like an extreme like bodybuilding thing where we're just like, I need to get this meal in and I don't care how.
Yeah.
Or like in business, I mean, I always find myself like I have one meeting and I had to like rush to another one and I literally pass by the drive-through and have to like eat while I'm driving. Like it
Yeah.
can technically be used as a container to stop your food from spilling or something.
Yeah, if you could put any kind of food in there, something just to conveniently hold your food,
Yeah,
say, and especially even like say you have you're driving along, you have say a Big Mac in your hand, right? So, and you need to set it down to turn or turn your signal on or something like that, and you just drop it down and conveniently hold it because where can you put it? There isn't really any convenient place to put it, and how can you maybe somehow hold on to it and
yeah, because
grab one-handed access?
you could have it in the cup holder. So if it's like the size of a cup and you have like a smaller food object, put it in the cup holder and then you just push the lever up and it'll slowly be like inching the food up. You take
Yeah.
a bite, and it could have like the little spout to like, catch anything. I,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that in SolidWorks real quick and 3D print it. Cool. So those were our three ideas for the week each that we had. Did you have anything else to cover this week, Steve? If not,
No, I didn't.
all right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed today, and you can find us at Infinity Skies Corp. That's infinitysks.com. I'm also going to be adding all of the social media and all of the links and the channels to the description. So I look forward to everybody just tuning in. It's going to get more interesting. We do ask that if you guys do have ideas or suggestions, just email us. You could do sales at infinitysks.com or just DM us or anything. If you need help, if you want us to review some of your projects, we're available for all of that. We just really want to bring out engineering as more of a mainstream thing, kind of like what STEMS is doing in the schools to just re-spark that interest and that innovation that, would take, I guess, our society to another high. Anything else, Steve?
That's it. Thanks for listening, and hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.